Welcome back to At Home with Roby. I'm Patrick McIsaac from Roby Electric, along with guest host Sean Hogan. Be sure to connect with us on Facebook at Andrew Roby, Roby Electric, and Roby Realty. Also, check out our podcast at WBT.com, the WBT app, and the iTunes store. We are now joined by Joe Jensen of ReNu Energy Solutions. Joe, before we get to talk to you, I think that we might owe the audience an explanation of where Trent is. Trent Haston obviously is usually the host of this show, and Sean has gracefully filled in his shoes, which we indicated on the last segment was 8.5, 8.5 shoe. Trent is in Illinois visiting some family, and I believe he is probably at this point sowing some seed into the ground. So he's getting the farmer's lifestyle, which is great, and I'm sure he'll listen to the show, hopefully maybe in a tractor or a combine. So Joe, welcome. ReNu Energy Solutions. What is an energy solution? What do you mean by that? Tell us a little bit about what that means.
Well, first, thank you for having me, Patrick and Sean. Really, energy solutions is something that we strive to provide homeowners and commercial business owners an option to do something different. Patrick, Sean, do you guys own a home?
We do, yes.
Yes.
Okay. So do you guys have a power bill every month?
We do.
Okay. Do you think those costs are going to go up or down over the next 10 years?
I think they're going to go up, but let me clarify. Sean and I own separate homes. We don't live together.
Okay.
Just want to make sure
That's good to
everybody
know.
understands that.
Thank God.
So
But
basically,
they're gonna go
what we do is find a way, look at your home, find a way to help reduce your dependence on that utility, reduce your utility bill. So we come in, look at your home, do kind of a survey, and then show you options on things you can do.
Reduce it, meaning we're going from $100 to $5. Is there some bracket? It depends on what we go with.
It really depends. So there's a lot of different types of solutions that we provide. One is solar, solar electric, solar hot water. We can also do a tankless water heater, provide daylighting solutions to reduce your lighting expense. As far as an amount that your bill is going to go down is going to depend on really what we can provide for you. Everyone is going to be
Makes
different.
sense.
Well, let's talk about solar. I mean, I think that's something that I'm sure our audience wants to. I mean, we always talk about we want people to learn something. I mean, solar has really taken off over the last 5, 6, 7, 10 years, and I know it's getting a lot of media with Elon Musk and people of that that nature that have really put this on the map. Not to say that you all haven't, but what is I mean, tell us give us an overview of what it does. Obviously, you use sunlight, but how does it incorporate with your power system? I mean, give us kind of a bird's eye view of what a solar system looks like and what it does.
Yeah, absolutely. Really, I mean, there's been a lot of growth in solar, and there's a lot of different reasons behind that. There's a tax incentive in place. But as the homeowner, what you're looking to do is basically just put something on your house. It's a technology. What that technology does is it takes the sunlight and it converts the sunlight into electricity. It's called solar photovoltaic. So obviously you know that the sun has some power. It grows our plants. So we're using that sunlight to actually power your home. Instead of depending on either nuclear power or coal or other types of fossil fuels.
Hey, Joe, I think I saw something along the lines of a solar attic fan. Is that something that you all still...
Yes, John, absolutely. A solar attic fan really does help reduce your utility bill by reducing the temperature in your attic. It's powered by the sun, so it's not using electricity. So when the sun shines on it, the fan turns on. It takes the hot air out of the attic. I'm not sure if you've ever been up in your attic. It's not very nice in the summer months.
Especially in the summer months, exactly.
Yeah.
Well, in the cool thing about a solar attic fan, not staying on the solar topic, is that once the sun comes up, that thing starts spinning. So it's the traditional attic fan waits till the attic gets to X amount of degrees, right? And that heat actually saturates into the wood. So at that point, your attic is already so hot that you're not defeating the purpose, but it takes so long for that traditional electric attic fan to cool the home. Where with the solar attic fan, the second it gets any kind of sunlight, it cranks on, right? I mean, and it's basically going to keep the attic from even ever getting hot in the first place. Am I right there?
Yeah, to an extent, it does. And really, it actually, a common misconception about an attic fan is that it only reduces the heat in the summertime. It actually is effective in the wintertime as well. So when it's cool in the attic, that starts to create moisture. So moisture is not good for the home, as you know. It can create mold and fungus and all kinds of nasty allergens. What that does is it either can get into your ductwork, if that's where your ductwork is, or it also can settle into your insulation. So your insulation becomes compacted. When your insulation becomes compacted, it loses R value, and then it makes your insulation less effective to keep your home at a nice, comfortable temperature.
Well, here I thought I knew something about attic fans. That's great. Folks, you're listening to At Home with Roby. Connect with us today on Facebook at Andrew Roby, Roby Electric, and Roby Realty. We are with Joe Jensen from ReNu Energy Solutions, and we were talking a little bit about solar attic fans. And really, we were talking about solar in general. And Joe, you were saying, okay, it's a technology piece for the home. Obviously, there's solar panels. Kind of walk us through how does the solar energy get into the house?
That's great. So it is a grid-tied system. So we wire that into either your control panel or your meter. So the sunlight hits the panel that has a silicone. It converts the sunlight into electricity, and then it delivers it to the home. There's some different complexities on exactly how that works, and that's really, we work with your utility to integrate that energy so that your house can use it. You really would never know where your energy is actually coming from. You hit your light switch and the power comes on just like it normally would from the grid.
That's really cool. I did not know all that went into it. We've done a couple installations at Roby Electric, but to hear a professional, that really puts it into perspective. As far as the rebate and subsidies that you can get on something like this, can you elaborate on that a little bit?
Yeah, absolutely, Sean. So really, it's going to depend on where you're located. So North and South Carolina are going to have different incentives. One incentive they have in common is the federal tax credit. That's 30% on the cost of the system. And then if you're in South Carolina, there's a state tax credit as well at 25%. And really, anywhere in the country right now, there's a lot of different utility have different programs, and Duke Energy in South Carolina right now has a fantastic rebate program. It's $1 a watt, so it really is a great place as far as if you take anywhere in the country, if you live in South Carolina and are a Duke Energy customer, there is no better time to go solar with those incentives.
Okay, well, let's talk about two things. One, okay, the name of your business is ReNu Energy Solutions. You have a website, I'm sure. What is the website? So if someone's listening, they could go learn a little bit more about solar.
Yeah, thank you, Patrick. Our website is www.renewenergysolutions.com. ReNu is spelled RENU, energysolutions.com.
That's great. Well, let's talk about this. Let me ask you a question. And, I'm just kind of thinking and being somewhat as, I guess, what happens in this scenario? I have a solar system on my house. I don't, hypothetically speaking. And I create more energy, and this is probably something that's not true, but just something that came to my head. I create more energy to where I basically have a net effect against the power company, meaning I don't need the power company. Now, can I feed some of that energy back onto the grid?
Yeah, it's an interesting question. And really, if you look at utilities, there's quite a few different utilities in our area. There's two main programs we come across. One's a buy-all, sell-all. One is a net metering. I'll explain both of them briefly. Buy-all, sell-all. Basically, if you have a solar system, the energy that system produces, you are going to sell all of that power to the utility.
Okay.
You're going to continue to buy all of your power from the utility. So you just become a power generator. The other system is net metering. So the way that works is solar doesn't typically produce electricity on how we use power. We use power in the mornings and we use power in the evenings in our home. The solar works in the middle of the day. So in that scenario, when you have excess energy production during the day, that energy goes off to the grid and gives you a credit, or what some people say, pay you for the electricity. It's truly a credit.
I like to get paid.
Well, you are getting paid. You're producing electricity. It's going off to the grid. When you come home, you pull all of the energy you put onto the grid first. When you exhaust all of that energy, then you continue to buy your power.
Joe, I think you're going to need to meet with Patrick at his 10,000 square foot home. His bill's just
something like that.
You're a great prospect.
Yeah. Folks, you're listening to At Home with Roby. Joe, can you stick around for the next segment?
Yes, I will.
All right, this is fascinating stuff. We're with Joe Jensen from ReNu Energy Solutions talking about solar and general energy solutions.